We call it Follow-Up Thursday. You guys hit us up and you're like, yo, Bert, so I never got closure on blank. And in this case, it was Ashton Gonzalez who emailed us saying, hey, just wanted to know if you ever got an update from the woman who had the fiance with a pregnant boyfriend or pregnant best friend?
Yes.
Who wanted him in the delivery room. She was trying to be so supportive, and I'm just curious if the pregnant woman allowed her to be in the room as well, or if her suggestion caused more issues.
All right, so the last update was October of last year. Candace's fiance wanting to help his best friend by supporting her in the delivery room since the father of the child wasn't around. Candace wasn't on board because that's an experience she only wants him to share with her. She also felt that the best friend was doing it on purpose to prove she's the number one woman in his life. Now, the majority of us, except Bert, told her to let him do it. Jokingly, I suggested that she join him in the delivery room. And to our surprise, she took my joke seriously. She told him he could do it under the condition that she was there as well. So last we heard, her fiance was going to run the idea by his best friend for approval. So what has happened since? Was he in the room? Were they both in the room? Was nobody in the room? We're about to find out.
No, she wasn't comfortable with me also being in the delivery room. So I remained true to myself and stood my ground. And I made it clear that I was not comfortable with him being in the delivery room with his best friend. I can't say that we didn't have a big disagreement, but in the end, my fiance respected my wishes and decided not to be present during the delivery. Unfortunately, his friend is misdirecting her anger at us. She is blaming us for the fact that she had to be alone in the delivery room. It's not our fault. There is one person who should have been there with her, and it wasn't my fiance. At first, my fiance was upset that she was angry. However, the longer it went on, the more my fiance became angry at her and was glad that he didn't attend the birth. She seems to be more angry at him than she is at the man whose baby she just had. Anyway, I'm not exactly missing her being around, so maybe the entire situation is for the best.
All right, so maybe I'm being too much of an empath here. I do feel a level of sadness for the woman that had to give birth by herself. While I don't think she went about it the right way, per se, and asking her best friend to be in there, if there was any issue about him being in there, I would have asked him and his girlfriend, like, hey, this is going to be really difficult for me. The baby's father is not around. I'm scared. I'm alone. It would really mean a lot if blank could be in the delivery room with me. And if I was sitting there across from her listening to this as the girlfriend and taking all of this in and really gauging whether or not, okay, she's using this to get to him or if this is just, a pregnant woman in need, I think that could have been a completely different discussion and a completely different outcome.
Agreed. Totally agree.
Well, I've never given birth, thank God, but I can only imagine it's a very nerve-wracking experience. And I think going about it the way you just suggested would have been way better. But then let's say it's still not enough. She does not want to be a part of the discussion at all. And she does not want him in the delivery room. Then it's on you to find somebody else. And it might not be your number one draft pick, but find somebody to hold your hand through that very vulnerable experience.
That's why they say never have a birth plan, because it always goes awry. So her birth plan did not go accordingly because she wanted, so then you have to pivot and you have to find another way to make it a serene place for you to give birth.
Agreed.
The Bert Show.